Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Alexandrus, guys, and today I'm back again with another video for all of my Solana freaks, guys. So before we start with the video, as always, I need to let you know that I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research and you should always do your own due diligence, because I don't take any responsibility for your actions. And with that being said, guys, we can dive right into the video. And today, Solana stress test, the great Solana stress test, SolOnFomo.com. That is what we are reviewing today, guys, and well, some of you may remember FOMO 3D from 2018. So well, guys, something even bigger is coming to Solana. So you can get ready for SolOnFomo, which is a new decentralized protocol where you can win massive rewards just by being the last to deposit. So let's dive in, let's see what this is all about, because it sounds pretty interesting. They kind of see it because I've read this whole article that they have here. I literally found it by an accident. But yeah, overall, guys, what I wanted to say is that from my point of view, they take it more as maybe not like educational, but well, experimental type of project, which I kind of like. So make sure to read the white paper on Medium for better understanding of this experiment. Also make sure to read and agree to the disclaimer which will pop up before connecting to this dApp. Join our one and only Telegram and X as listed below to stay up to date. Also feel free to engage using those hashtags, blah blah blah. Alright, so we can also hit this. And these are the main elements of importance, guys. So actually, maybe before we jump right into like those, let's actually go through this and kind of let me explain you what this is all about, for my understanding at least, guys. So this time, guys, on Solana Blockchain, for those who don't remember the FOMO 3D that I just mentioned, so it was a massive hit, basically generating huge volumes. In fact, one lucky player took home over 10,000 Ethereum, representing just under half of a massive 21,000 Ethereum pot, which obviously is crazy. And the rest of the pot was distributed among other players and put back into the protocol. So now SolOnFomo is bringing back the same high stakes excitement to Solana, with no tokens, no sell pressure, you know, just pure strategy and some serious price potential. So if you want to learn how to win the pot or earn passive fees, then stick around. Let's see the article, let's see how it works, right? But basically, guys, well, there is just more than this final pot, because every depositor also earns fees while playing. So let me briefly explain you how it works. So for every deposit made after yours, you get a share of the transaction fees, right? And then the fees are proportional to your deposit. So obviously, the less or the more you deposit, the value of your rewards will be adjusted towards your own stake, right? It obviously makes sense, because why would you get like the same amounts as someone who deposited 10 Solana if you, for example, deposited 0.1 Solana? So it obviously makes sense. So this will be adjusted to your own deposit. So yeah, it's proportional to your deposit, guys. So yeah, as I said, the more you deposit, the more fees you will get, obviously. So for exact calculations, we have it right over here, if I remember correctly. But this, I mean, also in a second. I know we are kind of chaotic with this video, guys, but obviously I want you to watch the whole thing so we can, like, you know, all of us can understand it, all of us can learn about it as we speak, right? So you definitely want to join their Telegram and their Twitter if you want to be updated with all of the news. So yeah, they are pretty active here. They are more active on Telegram though. So if you want to, again, like, be updated with everything, if you want to also engage with the community, and let me tell you, guys, every single time when it comes to those experimental projects, smart contracts, etc., the community is always pretty active. So if you want, then you can definitely go ahead and join. That's obviously a good sign, right? But yeah, guys, so let's see how they explain the project here, and then I will get into the all technicalities for you, which obviously you care the most about, but we need to, you know, get behind some of the introductions and all of that as well. So the Solana stress test, or TSST, is an experiment based on the FOMO 3D concept, just like the butterfly effect that inevitably resulted in you reading this article. The Solana stress test does what it does the best: stress the limits of the Solana blockchain, but doing so in a way that also unveils a part of the human psyche. When looking closer into the random behavior of humans, collective desires become invasive. failed. Whenever the stars are aligned and a human discovers the Solana stress test, the human will likely participate. Well, they are good with the token here, I'm not gonna lie. And just like the double pendulum has two moving parts, there are two reasons why TSST will bring massive engagement to the Solana network: fear and greed. Fear of missing out, which is the FOMO obviously, on an opportunity, or the greed of not letting someone else have it. And this makes a perfect recipe for bringing some real stress to Solana in order to see what it's made of. And obviously this concept sounds pretty good, because obviously people should be jumping into the project technically because of these two factors right here. So yeah, they definitely have some nice business strategy. So the Solana stress test in itself. During one of the recent Solana Breakpoint events, several Solana enthusiasts came together with a few members of a highly successful Ethereum development team in order to create out-of-the-box ideas to improve the durability of Solana as a blockchain through FOMO and dust volume. The main anonymous conclusion was that it is about time for the Solana blockchain to be tested by fire. Solana came around as a new kid on the block after Ethereum, while Ethereum has actually been around and already survived many ups and downs. Solana has yet to prove itself. In 2018, FOMO 3D was challenging way to stress test the mechanics for Ethereum, and this time around the Great Solana Stress Test will practically provide the highest bug reward program in the crypto space aimed at Solana. Solana is a promising innovation to the crypto space, but recent congestion issues and outages in the network have called for a real-world stress test to prove that it is capable of becoming a true and future-proof competitor to Ethereum, which many people definitely think that it is. Many people are even heavily investing into Solana instead of Ethereum for a fact, because they are strongly believing that Solana should outlast Ethereum, which, you know, obviously everyone has their own point of view. And that's what it's also beautiful about crypto and like about the whole, you know, human existence, but let's not get into philosophical stuff. So the Solana stress test experiment brings the most attractive R2R ratio that can, R2R meaning risk to reward obviously, for those that don't know, ratio that can be found in crypto onto the shoulders of the Solana network to test it. Risk little and potentially gain a lot. In this case, a lot means a lot. The 2018 FOMO 3D protocol held around 150,000 Ethereum. Obviously, Ethereum back then was, as they even say here, however, crypto adoption was much less than today's, and one can only imagine what the results would be if back then they had the availability of today's social networks, and well, if the Ethereum costed as much as it costs today, that's crazy. We believe Solana has what it takes to withstand TSST, but you never know until you know. Solana slow fees make it a very suitable chain for the Solana stress test, and the easy to use dApp together with Telegram bots is what makes the Solana stress test a complete game changer, not to mention the absence of just another useless token and or the absence of any sell pressure in this experiment. So yeah, it's very easy to engage actually. You just connect your wallet. As you can see, I have my Phantom connected. You have to interact for Phantom, and then you literally hit new deposit and you choose whatever amount you want, which is minimum 0.01, so that's like what, well, dollar something, and then you can deposit. So moving on, the Solana stress test works through a dApp that requires to be connected. Okay, so that's basically what I explained to you. So now getting onto the rewards that I also mentioned, right? So the Solana stress test is a SOL depositing system wherein SOL depositors are split up and forwarded into a few directions. As explained below, the majority go to the community earnings and to the pot of the last depositor in the experiment. Each deposit resets the timer and provides extra time for new depositors to participate and increase the total value deposited, the earnings, and grow the pot. If the timer hits 0, the experiment is completed and the last depositor will be rewarded the below mentioned amount of SOL in the reward pot. And that's where the things start getting interesting, because if you some freaking how manage to squeeze the last deposit, you are getting the huge pot. All of the depositors with claimable earnings will then receive their share of the reward, as well as the stakeholders who will also receive their proportional share of the reward. So you have informations about the timer itself. Deposits into the Solana stress test can be made through the dApp. It starts with a minimum deposit of 0.01 SOL and increases by, well, that amount after each deposit. Every deposit adds 30 seconds to the timer, which starts at 24 hours while counting down. The timer is capped at maximum 24 hours, so it will never go over 24 hours. Splits. So now we are getting into the rewards and into the splits, guys. So 40% goes directly into the pot, the price everyone is basically competing for. Then 40% goes to the earnings pool, which rewards previous depositors. 5% is set aside for stakeholders, and then 5% goes to their marketing wallet. The remaining 10% is reserved for future rounds, ensuring the round longevity, etc. So that is basically how this looks like. And then you also have share of earnings and rewards distributions and all of that. So depositors can at any time deposit any amount above the minimum. The contract will then be returning the depositor a proportional share of the experiment's future earnings. The higher the amount deposited, the higher the average share is, obviously. So getting into the earnings, guys, and into the rewards distribution. So first of all, the rewards distribution. 50%, guys, of the pot goes to the last depositor, the lucky one who beats the clock, okay? Then 20% is distributed among all depositors with unclaimed earnings. 10% goes to stakeholders, another 10% is allocated to the marketing wallet, and the final 10% is saved for future rounds, okay? So that's how the distribution of the rewards in itself goes. But then we have earnings, okay, and it is all broken down here so everyone can understand it. The earnings come from new depositors and are split between every address prior to the latest depositor. As mentioned above, the split is done in a way which rewards the highest deposit the most, and there is no maximum deposit. So again, it makes sense as I explained at the beginning. Let's not circle back to that because it's a waste of time. So this way, participants have an incentive to keep their deposits share above average. All deposits and earnings are in Sol, and earnings can be claimed at any time. Every claim is connected to a particular deposit. If claimed, the smart contract transfers the earnings to the depositor's address in real time and removes the entitlement for future earnings connected to the particular deposit. Generally, every new deposit is split and shared with the community as follows. So we have the example. So guys, depositor 1, 0.5 Sol, depositor 2, 0.3 Sol, 0.4 Sol, and let's say depositor 4 is 3 Sol. So that is the 40% earnings fee depositor 1 will get. Transaction 1, no earnings. Transaction 2, he will get 0.12 Sol, which is 40% of 0.3. Then transaction 3, he will get 0.10 Sol. Then you again have it all calculated, and from transaction 4, 0.5 Sol, etc. The same calculations can be made for depositor 2 and 3. For depositor 4, there is no referral available yet until transaction 5. So technically, the earlier you are, the better it is. So you have the technical reasoning. In order to have the least moving parts, the front end of the Solana stress test has no additional functionalities other than what is required to use. Storage limitations on the Solana blockchain restrict hard coding and storing the relevant user transaction data of high numbers of participants into the contract. Therefore, it's required to run that part through a backend. However, it is possible to hard code up to approximately 200 participants into the contract, and so 200 early participants can secure a spot. Then we have information about the launch. As you can see, the timer will start counting down from 60 seconds. Team will make sure that it works properly and so on. It provides an opportunity for no more than 200 participants to become a stakeholder of the experiment. So you need to be aware of that, okay? It's written here at the end. That's why I also want you to watch the videos till the end. Well, that's because of the technical reasonings that they have here. So as you can see, Solana is a bit limited actually. So securing a spot in the pre-sale will ensure you that your wallet address will be one of the 200 first depositors and verifiably hard-coded into the smart contract before deployment. Then you have all the informations, the URL, all of that. The contract address obviously will be announced. You have some disclaimers which I want you to get aware of. Okay, so you can't also participate if you are a citizen of United States of America, guys. But however, I will link this article down below so you can go ahead and check it out. So I wonder whether this sounds exciting to you, if you are ready to join, or if you don't want to join. I want you to know I want you to let me know in the comment section. So yeah, as you can see, countdown is counting down, guys. I'm really interested in that. You know, honestly, I will be following this experiment because I'm pretty interested. Let me know whether you are playing for the pot or are you investing for the long haul, or are you skipping this. Obviously, I want you to know. Again, I want you to let me know. Sorry guys, I'm recording this late in the night, so that's why I'm kind of, you know, not in the best shape, but obviously I want to bring you this as soon as possible. So yeah, in conclusion, guys, we can take a moment to reflect. Really, back in 2018, the FOMO 3D Ethereum protocol hit over 150,000 ETH of volume within a month. So with much more money now, larger audience in market today, you know, bigger popularity of such contracts, I really wonder whether this can be even bigger. So yeah, as you can see, guys, the clock right here is showing you how it will look like. So yeah, I'm really interested to see how this plays out. So thank you so much for watching. If you are excited about this SolOnFomo project and want to join the action, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more updates, guys. Let's see how the Solana blockchain holds up in this epic stress test. So yeah, until next time, guys, and see you in the next videos coming up.